These are the answers that I got when I asked people if they thought that youth should be more involved in politics.
Yes, I do.
Definitely. You? Definitely.
Yes, very much so.
So it's pretty easy to tell that people, especially youth, think that youth should be a little bit more involved. So to help remedy this issue that I was so passionate about, I decided to do something. And that step of action that I decided to do was to create a youth town hall. The next thing that you're going to want to do once you've figured out that you want to have a youth town hall is figure out the who, the when, the what, and the where. For the who, I decided on some state representatives as well as senators. Unfortunately, the senators from the US Senate and some of the representatives there were not able to attend. However, at the town hall was Representative Doherty and Salinas. Then I needed to figure out the when. To do this, I went through all of the calendar and looked at what was happening in the school at what time. Finally, I figured out that I wanted to have my town hall on May the 5th, way over here. What was happening on that day was that the school was already being used, so I figured I could get the school for less. Next, we need to look at the what. What was I going to do at this town hall? To do this, I looked at a few things. First of all, what were the youth interested in at the time? When I started making posters for this, youth were interested in net neutrality. Later, they got interested into gun control, so I also added that. Now, I already touched on this a little bit, but I need to figure out where. For me, the decision was fairly easy. I knew that my school had used the space for town halls before in the auditorium, so I asked. I was recommended to go to my school cafeteria because of the more openness and the fact that the play was going on in the auditorium at the time, so it couldn't really happen together. Once all of this is done, you probably want to make a poster. So once you've gotten all your responses from the representatives and you know who is coming and who is not, you know where the place is gonna be, what it is, and who's coming, you need to make a poster. To make a poster, you probably want to start by saying what the title of the event is. On the bottom, you probably want to have pictures of the representatives, and then maybe like a picture of the Capitol or something right here. The other thing you probably want to have is some info about the who, what, when, and where. And then just a little bit of writing under each of them. So that is how you make the poster. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is put this up everywhere. Put it up in your school, coffee shops, your local community center, and any other local businesses that you can find to put it up in. Once this is done, all you can do is wait and see how many people show up. Let's see how many people showed up at my youth town hall. So come with me. The next question we have is, in 2018, schools often work to silence and shut down opinions and thoughts that may be deemed quote-unquote offensive, such as conservative politics. What is the best way to balance freedom of thought with respectfulness in schools?
schools?
I've actually thought about this because I went to UC Berkeley and we were a very close campus. And I remember having, Jesse Jackson on my campus and Caucus on my campus. And those were guys who were president a long time ago. But anyway, so, but we also had I had conservative professors that would say things that would offend me. And speechwriters with Ronald Reagan in one of my poli-sci classes. And we could have civil discourse and disagree and challenge our professors and challenge each other in a respectful way. I feel like so much of, the atmosphere in politics and in, civil disobedience and, any kind of, civil discourse, it's not respectful. I think the best way to do that is to start learning it at a young age and learning how to, confront people who don't think the same things. I talk, and I'm sure Representative Doherty does as well, we talk to our colleagues, senators as well. You talk to your colleagues all the time, and whether they're on your side or not, you never know until you engage them. And then you figure out where the common ground is, and that's really inspiring to realize, oh, we can all agree that there is a problem. Too many kids are getting shot. Now let's start moving forward and figure out a way to solve that problem together. But it really does, I think, start at younger ages, that it's not about just combating each other, but trying to find real solutions.
Well, and from the education standpoint, we always want to have some sort of, I'm going to do this in some English, I know which is English, but I taught social studies, and so we try to, and civics, and so we try to strike a balance and actually have, say, these are this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Now you guys decide. You're the one who's going to have to decide what your philosophy is and so on and so forth, but exposing the philosophy.